Welcome to the Chris and Sam podcast. Pull up a bar stool and join us for a random conversation, guaranteed to make you think or your money back.
Hello, welcome to episode 55 of the Chris and Sam podcast. My name's Sam.
And I'm Chris. A very
How's it-
hungover Chris.
Yeah, how's it going, Chris?
Point. Yeah, we had a few bevies.
You did, I didn't.
Myself with a few friends had a few bevies last night. I wasn't drinking alone. Was the point I'm trying to make.
Oh, I see.
I used
yeah,
the
that's...
we. Yeah, there was 5 of us, and we had a few drinks at the old Tarapa Tavern last night. And got home when they kicked us out of the pub. Pretty much. So yeah, today I feel
average.
hungover.
Average.
Decidedly average. Anyway, that's me. How are you feeling today?
Better than I was 2 days ago. So that's good.
Yes.
It's pretty
you were
tired.
bit
I don't know what's
crook.
going on, but I seem to be getting better. So that's good.
Cool.
May have overdone it at the gym. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell.
How much is your gym membership costing you per
Lots.
visit so far now? At this
per
point in
visit?
time? At this point in time.
$50, but I'm going this afternoon, so they'll drop it down to 33.
Yeah.
The more I go, the cheaper it becomes in my head.
Yeah, I won't be going today. I don't think so.
You can do it, Chris. 5 o'clock.
I'm
5 o'clock.
I'm going tomorrow. Yeah,
What time tomorrow?
4.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I had a crazy dream the other day. We put that on the board because you wanted me to talk about it.
Yeah, I've forgotten what it was now.
I was on holiday somewhere. I can't remember where. There was a whole bunch of people I knew with me. For some reason, you were there,
Right.
lurking around. And Richard Branson was there. And I had the opportunity to speak to Richard Branson in my dream. And that was pretty cool. So I went out of my way to talk to him, and he was really good. But before that, I was thinking I need to ask him a question about what the one main thing is that I need to focus on with all the different projects I've got on the go and things like that.
Yep.
So I went up and I asked him. I can't remember what I asked him, but I do remember introducing him to you. And then I basically said, you need to fix Chris's life. And he had a big in-depth conversation with you about sorting out your life.
And you don't remember any of it.
No, I wasn't really part of the conversation. I was just knew that's what was happening. So, yeah, there we go.
Bugger.
And did you know this week was obviously Guy Fawkes? And
Was. Oh, yeah, it was.
Yeah, you didn't know that, but you should know that because I've dug out a special tip from Chris from a year ago. Let's see if this plays.
What? The tip for everyone is get married on Guy Fawkes because, you're wandering around through your day thinking about all that crap that goes through your head, and suddenly you see fireworks on sale and you go, oh crap, wedding anniversary.
So there we go. That was from a year ago, episode 5 of the Chris and Sam podcast.
Oh, really?
We've
Wow.
now got archives, so...
Okay.
I saw there was more random stalls popping up everywhere with really weird names. There was Bad Boys Fireworks, there was Pyrotechnic, and then there was something I can't remember. It was like, real creepy. But lots and lots of people selling them.
Hell.
Yeah, everyone was. And more calls for people banning fireworks again this year. There's another, not survey, what's the word I want to use? Petition. Against it because some more kids got burnt this year due to probably dumbass parents. Which is fine. Big.
See, I don't really care.
No, we've discussed this before.
I mean, you can sellotape a 13-year-old to the front of a truck and run it through a burning wall.
You
if
can
like.
if you're from Rangiora and you're at the A&P show.
So burnt kids, meh.
So this guy that's been doing stunts, and I want to use that in quotation marks, the last 30 years, because Kiwi stunts aren't really... Because when I think of stunts, I automatically think of Nitro Circus.
Right.
That sort of thing.
Yeah.
Now, I've got a funny feeling that this guy that's from Rangiora may be possibly the guy that I saw about 4 or 5 years ago in this little tiny monster truck sort of thing, and we went and saw that in Rotorua. This guy turned up. He was South African, and he had some semi-average stunts, and he was sort of just driving around in a truck, and he got onto 2 wheels, and I think he did a jump, and that was about it.
Yeah.
So, So he's making some money from doing stuff all. Apparently, he got sign-off from the A&P show. Girl's parents were all keen. She wants to be a stunt person.
That's
He
fair.
rung up WorkSafe, even though they've got no record of this conversation ever happening, and they reckon it was okay. And basically, the stunt was she was strapped to the front of a
monster truck.
large SUV. There's, when you hear monster truck, it's not like what the Americans call a monster truck. It's like a large SUV with a like lift kit and maybe bigger wheels than standard. And she was like in a cage thing, and then they drove.
Yeah, it was like a rectangular cage.
Yeah, well, there's a photo. We'll get a photo and put that up on the Facebook page and stuff. And they drove through a burning pile of wood pallets, I guess, or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a video of it, and to be honest, it's not that
amazing.
Not that amazing.
So a lot of people got quite upset about it. I didn't realize the kid wanted to be a stunt person and all the rest of it. I think it's all right then. Go for it. Sweet.
Yeah, but it's, first off, she doesn't look 13 when you see the photo. That's a bit strange. And I don't know. It's just I wouldn't care if she was 18.
Yeah.
She's an adult. She make her own decisions. Fine, do whatever you want. But at 13, it just seems a bit too young to be strapped to a vehicle and driving through a burning pile of rubble.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know, and
maybe
if it
that's
was your kid.
Maybe that's the
say
dad
no.
aspect coming out in me.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's your kid. You say no. But if it's their kid, you've got no right to tell her those other parents what they can and can't do.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, if it's something she wanted to do. So anyway, yeah, okay. So I sort of, took you off on a tangent on the fireworks thing there.
That's all right. Fireworks is over. Who cares? But Melbourne Cup was also this week. Yes,
yet another sporting event that I missed. Oh, we haven't talked about the Rugby World Cup final, have we?
Yeah, Chris missed out on that because he's up with the play. I was working, but I did listen to it on the radio, so I've got more points than Chris.
I slept in and woke up just in time to turn on the TV and see them giving the silver medals to the Aussies. That's what I saw. I'm like, damn it, I missed the World Cup final. I'm a terrible New Zealander. That means I haven't seen a single thing this whole World Cup. I didn't see a single game.
Yeah.
I saw part of a couple of
I don't think that counts, Chris. You suck. Your sporting New Zealand card will be removed. Actually, there's a really good post the Civilian did. I don't know if you saw it.
No.
It was basically the Rugby World Cup is over. Nothing's changed, pretty much. And it's a piss take of the whole, people watched it. And the guy goes, I knew they were going to win, but nothing happened. Nothing's changed.
Yeah.
So
it is a bit like that. So
good on them. They were at the strip club with no strippers as well to celebrate. So that was cool.
Who? What?
Oh, come on, Chris. Where have you been? What are you
talking about?
So the All Blacks, after they won, went to London's poshest strip club.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was on Jono and Ben last night, and Tash our flatmate was watching it, and they sort of just said they used it as an official function place, and they just got drunk pretty much, and there was no strippers there. And Jono and Ben were saying, well, yeah, righto. But if you actually read the story about it, the strip club is owned and run by an ex-Kiwi who was part of either league or rugby, I can't remember, and he's best mates with Richie McCaw. And they have a kuru lounge set up in the strip club. Because obviously he's a Kiwi, so he's done that sort of thing. And
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that sounds
good. But,
good.
I mean, you're good on him.
He gives it a toss. I don't care. I don't care about all these people going.
And they're back in New Zealand now, so they've been doing the paradey thing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's I missed all that too.
You missed all that? Oh.
Yeah. I haven't really watched the news. Did I mention I'm hungover?
Yeah, you did. Okay. I think people can hear that in your voice. The strain as you're trying to put
strain of stringing.
You're trying to put
together.
Cohesive sentences together, and that's not working, folks. But I did tell you about the old Yiffy situation.
Yeah, you did, and I saw something on news.
Yeah. So if you're a dodgy pirating downloader, come on, we know all of you are. You probably know what Yiffy is. Y-I-F-I.
F-Y. Yeah.
Yes, completely stuffed that up. Yeah, he's probably one of the main names in the pirating scene.
Yeah,
or the group is.
I just surfed his uploads and just go, oh, that's good, right? Because I thought he had pretty good taste.
Yeah, and he did a lot of old movies as well.
Yeah.
So Chris, like me, can't deal with watching some camcorder version of a film in a movie theater with someone's head getting up in the middle and moving and stuff like that. You want good quality pirated content. And Yiffy produced the goods. They were good file size, and on their own website, you could get 7 720 or 1080p, whatever resolution you wanted for most of the movies. And that was really good. Now, the website I knew was closed down, and there was a story I read a couple of days ago, and it did say that they think that the group just decided to stop doing what they were doing. That's what the story said at that point in time.
Yeah.
It turns out a Kiwi in New Zealand was running the actual website in Auckland. So it's been shut down, and I'm sure we'll hear more about that coming up.
Yeah.
I highly doubt that person had anything to do with the creation of the files. Possibly, because I don't know how they'd get them quick enough with our crappy internet.
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing with this sort of stuff. It's a distributed architecture of an organisation. You know, there's people everywhere doing.
I'm wondering if he was
anything.
I wonder if he was picked and set up as a semi-scapegoat sort of thing,
as a patsy,
and being in New Zealand to distance themselves from wherever they're based.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Because a lot of people automatically assume these sort of things are set up in Eastern Europe. Europe.
That's what I was thinking.
And the one before Yiffy, which was quite big, was AXO.
Yeah, I remember AXO.
And that just went dead one day. They decided to... No one knew really what happened there, so... But interesting in the pirating world.
Yeah, and I'm not like a big pirater.
No, you do buy movies and go see movies.
I go and see a lot of movies, and I buy quite a few as well. I do get frustrated when you're watching. I'll see something on TV, and the fucking ads will drive me insane, and I will go, "Oh, stuff this! Just download it and watch it." Which I would have watched on the TV anyway, so I don't see that as being piracy. I just
I see what you mean.
Don't want to watch the freaking ads.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. So yesterday I got sunburnt. I went to Pukekohe.
Let's start the story again. Let's start from the start here, Chris. You got asked to go where?
To the V8s.
Yes, but what happened? You didn't know where the V8s was happening.
No.
You had to ask me.
Yeah.
Because you didn't want to ask the people that were taking you.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to look silly, but I think that's a fairly reasonable thing.
Okay. You're hungover, I'll let you have it. So anyway, you went to Pukekohe yesterday.
I went to Pukekohe to the V8s. So we were volunteering. Basically, we're selling the programs. You know, so it's a magazine-looking program thing. And selling them for $10. They're in a little plastic bag and stuff. So stood at the gates as they opened the gates, sold a lot outside the gate. That's all good. Then that was about gates opened at 8. Then about, I suppose 9:30, 10 o'clock started going inside and wandering around. I assume you know by now that I have somewhat of a competitive nature.
Really? I would have not have known that. What happened? Was it how much money you can make in one day?
I decided I would sell more than anybody else.
Oh, so not just one person, but just everybody?
Everybody.
Yeah. Okay.
So I walked around with my hand literally right up in the air holding a whole pile of these things fanned out and just go, programs.
Yeah.
Walking around, programs. And I did this for the next 3 hours.
And how'd that go?
I switched hands every now and again. It went really well. So my little game with myself was I'm only allowed to bring my hand down when I make a sale because obviously I've got to get the money and do all that sort of thing, right? So that was cool. I think I sold over 200 myself.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Did you have to restock or did you have the whole 200 the whole time with you?
Oh, no, I just kept going back to the tent that we had them in.
Yeah.
I grabbed about 15 at a time, probably a little bit more.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, depends. Anyway, so I think I sold over 200 myself.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Well, the group of 10 of us sold 800.
Nice.
So, yeah. So I'll take that. I thought it was pretty good. But yeah, so my arms did hurt a little bit when I got home. And I got sunburnt, even though I took plenty of sunscreen and was liberally applying it. But yeah, it's a beautiful day out there. It was really cool. And volunteering is great. It would be nice to get a paid job though.
Oh, really? You're keen on this paid job thing?
No, I don't want. I'm not keen on the job thing at all. I just want the paid thing.
Yeah, it's a fine line though, isn't it?
Yeah. But anyway, so that's cool. But yeah, and then last night, myself, Carl Hartley, aka the Lush Monster that we've had on here before.
We owe him $1, but don't tell him.
Oh yeah, that was brought
Actually
up.
brought that up the other day.
Yeah, Adam McFall, Scott Smiley, and Jeff Pinney.
Look at you name dropping everyone.
Yeah, I remembered everyone's name because I had to introduce somebody to them. Who would I introduce? I can't remember. Millie. And I did my introduction thing. I told you about this, eh? Have we mentioned this on the podcast before?
I don't think so. What's the introduction thing?
I have this real bad problem. I've had it in my entire life where if I have to introduce people,
Yeah.
their names just drop out of my head.
So you up until that point you're okay, and then you're like, this is,
and then it'll freeze.
Oh wow.
And so I couldn't remember Scott's name, and so I just went quiet until he said, "I'm Scott." I remembered the others.
Yeah.
And Scott. I stopped.
Rough.
And he goes, "I'm Scott," and then I went, "Oh, and this is Adam," and yeah, it's terrible. But I mean, it's so bad. I've forgotten my brother's name. I've introduced my brother, years and years ago.
That's pretty bad.
And I'm like, can't remember his name. Can't say it. It's gone.
Yeah,
That's weird, eh?
It's a bit strange.
I know. It is a bit
I
strange.
think,
So
you know what I think?
if you're listening to this and you ever meet me and there is an introduction thing going along and I suddenly go very quiet or blank or whatever, that's what's going on, and I'm not dissing you, and I'm not being. I'll
tell you what, I think it's tied in with some sort of process that your brain goes through when talking. So when you do this, you say a lot. Like I spend most of my time editing ums out of this podcast.
Have I said any ums?
Yeah, I've counted about 5 so far. I might actually count in one episode, and we'll see. But I'm wondering if that delay thing is the same with names. So instead of saying your brain just goes, nah, just drop the name and have a pause. I don't know.
Yeah.
There'll be a reason.
Yeah, anyway. So I did remember them all right now, full names, talking to you. No problem.
Yeah.
There's no pressure.
But you're
it's
really
the
good.
Pressure of it's the pressure of introduction.
But you're really good at public speaking, though. So that's what cracks me up. Like you can easily get up in front of hundreds of people and just start talking about something. So it's not like, I find that really strange.
I know. I find it really strange. How do you think I feel? I mean, it's weird. It makes no sense. And like I said, it must have been something that's happened to me when I was really young. And it's just stuck.
Yeah, maybe
because it's been for as long as I can remember.
Have you looked into possible methods or tools to try and?
It hasn't really been a big enough problem that I've actually worried about it. So I've never.
I guess if you're public speaking all the time as a job,
you
would definitely have to work on that.
If I was the MC and I was introducing people all the time, but I think that's different again because then you're performing. You know what I mean? When you're on stage, I'm in a performance mode, if that makes sense. But anyway, so there's another weird, quirky Chris thing. But I did have the old Chris eyes going on pretty well last night at the tavern. We've got a very nice barmaid at the Te Rapa Tavern. I couldn't stop staring at.
It's shocking. I got told the other day Chris eyes sounds so creepy when you say it, and I was like, well, everyone calls it that. We all know what it is, and it's not that bad, but
I had to explain last night what Chris eyes was to somebody, and I was like, I told them about the Kate Roger photo.
Yes, you did.
We never put that on social media for Chris and Sam podcast, did we?
I think it may be on the Facebook page somewhere, maybe.
Oh, yeah,
I've got that photo, but I don't think I shared it on Twitter.
Yeah.
Just in case. You don't want to upset people. Not you, Kate Roger.
I know.
She's probably still having nightmares, and she's probably just about got over it.
I don't.
And then she's, Trot Fest will come around again, and she'll be like, cold sweats breaking out. Oh no, not that again.
Yeah. Well, of course, this time I will be on stage again.
Yes, of course you will. It'd be great.
I'm not really saying that that's not true that I will be. It's my positive affirmation that I will be.
It is, yes.
So we're finishing up Lazy Sunday. Actually, our last Filming is tonight as we're recording this. We're filming up the last of the flashback scene, and then we've just got to do a bunch of post-production and sound mixing and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, so that's going to be our Tropfest entry.
Yep, I've got to do some voice work. I'm supposed to be doing it right now.
Oh, that's right.
Sash offered me the challenge of, I haven't downloaded the file, so I don't actually know what the words are. I have to come across as a jazz DJ on a radio station and talk an American accent.
A 40-year-old fedora wearing.
Yeah, I should
chain smoking.
Hang on, I'll get the actual description because that's vaguely what I remembered. Chris is going to silence his phone.
And that's Sash texting us right now.
Really?
Ask Sam about his. I'm not joking. Ask Sam about his voiceover work I've asked him to do for Lazy Sunday. Try to get him to do it on the podcast if you want. Seriously.
That's creepy. Text back and say, how do you know that? Are you a wizard? Ask him. He's scaring me.
The podcast now.
Oh my God, that's freaky as.
About this.
Here you go. You'll get the tone immediately when I listen to the file. Imagine, if you will, a large man busting out of a shirt, bad tie, small fedora, sitting in a tiny booth. He sounds like he smokes 5 packs of smokes a day and is all bass. Have fun. Yeah, I have no idea. I'll have a play with that later. I don't even know if I can do it straight right now, actually.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Can you remember what the lines were in the film? He's like, hey, welcome to whatever the lines were.
No, I can't remember.
Sorry, Sash. We'll play with that later. Try and get it all done for you. Listen to your amazing work.
It was so freaky that he texted
Yeah.
at the precise time that we were talking about him. That's like weird as.
Talking about bad photos, actually, I'm going to move away from Tropfest, but talking about your bad photo, did you read the story about the bad selfie? I've got that on the list.
No.
I thought this was an amazing thing that happened on social media. So this Australian woman won on the Melbourne Cup. So if you didn't follow the Melbourne Cup, the winner was 100-1 was the odds.
Well, yeah, okay.
It is. Let's just go with that. Okay. So she backed it, I don't know, with what? Not much. So she won 825 Australian dollars or 895 New Zealand dollars. She posts a selfie of her holding the ticket and the barcode is visible. So, within minutes, like within 15 minutes, someone gets that photo, crops out the barcode, prints it off or gets it on their phone. I'm not sure how it works.
They probably just pinched it on the phone. They probably just did it on their phone.
Because they went to the TAB and then they went to a kiosk and just scanned it. And it said, you're a winner, here's your money. So when she went to go claim it 15 minutes later, they said, sorry, that ticket's already been claimed. The real kicker is that photo was only really shared on her Facebook, which is private. So one of her friends on Facebook saw it and thought, I'm going to take your money.
That's hilarious. We were talking about it last night. That's how I know about this. We were talking about it at the pub. And, it's probably one of her friends went, I wonder if this will work, and just did it, and it did, and they're a bit surprised. And he goes, well, you know, in the discussion we were like, well, wouldn't you give the money back? Not if you just shout it around for the bar.
Yeah, so they shared it on Triple M radio station Facebook page, and some of the comments were, wow, what a scumbag. Wow, who needs enemies with a friend like that? And then someone wrote, obviously they got it, the other side of the coin is stupidity at its worst, moron. And bah, serves her right. Read another comment. She's going to have a bit of a Facebook cull, she said. And she wrote, this is what she actually wrote. To the lowlife who is obviously my friend on Facebook and used my photo to claim our winnings, you're a massive dick. Or a massive dick. You ruined my day, she wrote on Facebook.
Yeah.
So how's that for opportunistic? That's the word. Opportunistic.
Yeah.
Got there in the end.
No, I that's classic. And I think it's interesting that you need to realize that you need to cover those barcodes when you take photos of everything.
Yeah, you have to do that. You have to be careful when you're scalping tickets on Trade Me and that as well.
Yeah.
Same reason. But, technology's amazing and wonderful, and you can print things high def now. And
Yeah.
yeah, amazing. Yeah.
No, I think that's awesome. So we had this huge discussion about that, and then free riding.
Free riding. Okay.
Free riding.
What's that?
No, it doesn't mean no condoms. It's something totally different. Free riding.
I wasn't
in
thinking
terms
of that.
betting.
That's bareback normally.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I have no
Come
idea.
on, Chris. Keep
How would
up.
I know any of that shit?
You don't know much.
I don't know anything. So no, free riding is a betting term, and it's about.
Scott's right into this betting thing, eh?
Oh yeah. So Scott was
It is Scott,
explaining.
eh?
Yeah. Scott was explaining it, and he's almost freakish with his mathematical whatever.
Yeah.
And
The
of course,
probability, I guess.
yeah, and of course, Carl's sort of into that sort of thing too.
Carl's into everything.
Oh, I know, it's crazy. But yeah, so they were laughing at a friend of theirs. I forget who it was, and he had bet for the
World Cup?
World Cup. Yep, Rugby World Cup.
You couldn't
Who
even
was gonna
remember
finish that. Yeah, I know. Jeez, I'm still hungover. And Sam's just losing it over there now. Anyway, at the Rugby World Cup, and it's like Scott bet on Australia to win the World Cup.
Yes.
Because it was the only way he's going to make any money.
Yeah.
Like he couldn't bet any other way to make it worth a while bet. Even if he won, if he bet on New Zealand and won, he'd still lose money.
Yeah.
So he bet on Australia. But he told the guy that was winning the pool or the competition or whatever, you should be betting both ways. Because the guy had a bet from the very beginning, and the odds were so high.
Yeah.
He said you could put another bet on Aussie right now for blah, and whatever happens, you are going to come out ahead of the money you've spent in total.
Yeah.
You are going, and that's free riding. That's when
okay.
you're in a no-lose position.
Yeah.
You know, and the guy would not do it. He said, "No, I'm not spending the money." He goes, "Look, if you spend, I don't know, another $10 or $20, whatever it was, you guaranteed you're going to win either way." And the guy goes, No, I'm just going to bet on the All Blacks can't do that. And then apparently he was sweating bullets the last 10 minutes from the end or whatever. But yeah, of course, he won. And the winning would be slightly bigger because he didn't spend the extra $20 or whatever it was going to be. But it was an interesting concept. I hadn't really thought of free riding.
Free riding. There we go. So we're free riding the end of this podcast, actually, because we're just about to get into where you can find us.
Right. Was there anything else we had to say?
No.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I've checked.
I've had this thing in my head. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, but if you didn't write it on the Trello board, no one else knows what you're talking about.
I didn't write anything down.
No, you didn't.
I know.
You've been slack. This unemployment thing takes a lot of your time.
Oh, yeah.
So much time.
But I might be on Blab a bit this week.
Yes, check out blab.im.
Yep. And if you
keep an eye out
follow me on Twitter, you'll be able to find me on there because it sort of tells you who your Twitter people are. So it'll be at Chris Hanlon _NZ is my Twitter handle. So I'm not on there as the Chris and Sam podcast.
No, it's sort of
Chris
individual
and
thing.
Sam pod, as it is.
I'm Web Sam if you want to find me.
Yeah, but Blab IM, check it out. It's pretty cool, and you can have a chat. Because I was thinking that what we might do is get some feedback from listeners on a Blab at some point.
Yes, sounds good.
Yeah, we should do that.
Yeah, Blab's pretty cool.
Also, before we go and sign off and stuff, I also want to mention 18th of November is the Social Media Club Auckland. If you're in Auckland or, want to be in Auckland, whatever, on the 18th of November, pop up.
It's like a week and a half away. It's not far away.
I know. That's why I'm mentioning it now.
I know. I keep forgetting. It's so scary how close it is.
I know. So, So pop in and have a look. I'm hosting a panel discussion on podcasting
For Social Media Club Auckland.
With Will Fleming on the panel, Paul Spain, and Sarah Spear.
Excellent.
So that should be a lot of fun. Sam will be there as well. He won't be on stage, but he will be noticeable because he's always noticeable.
Yeah, I'm just the hairy guy from Hamilton.
Yeah. Anyway, because he'll be freaking tweeting stupid pictures of me on the Twitter wall behind us.
Yeah, actually, I must remember to charge up my external battery thing for my phone.
Yeah. It's good, that thing. So, yeah, no, definitely, if you get a chance, listeners, come along and say hello, and I think it'll be a very entertaining evening.
Yes.
And,
so you can find, that's really good. You can find us on Facebook under Chris and Sam Podcast.
thechrisandsampodcast.com is where the show notes are,
Yes.
and all the bits and pieces, photos and things that we've talked about today and every day.
Chris and Sam Pod for Twitter.
Yes.
Twitter's pretty cool for catching up with a lot of the podcast folk.
Yep.
So it's always good.
And
We both get notified when people talk to us, so that's
yes.
technology's
And then
great.
people reply to me, and I'm like, I didn't say anything, and then I realized you did, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. But that's cool.
Okay, until next week, take care, and,
And next time I won't be hungover, so
don't post selfies with winning ticket numbers on thing, or strap yourself to trucks to get driven through burning rubble. That's my life hack of the week.
Life hack of the week. You heard it here first. Oh, and next time we will have drop kick or kick start. We've got a couple of things we want to talk about.
Okay, cool.
All right, bye.
See ya.
Hope you enjoy the show. Make sure to subscribe and we'll catch you next week. Don't forget to tell your friend.